Hey YouTube, this is Jaden Storm coming at you Team Shadow Strike, and this is going to be a discussion video over a topic that seems to come up way too much in just card games in general. And I'm not limiting this to Vanguard, I'm not limiting this to Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic or anything. And that's net decking. And I'm sorry, I hate the word net decking. I really do. The way that... Okay. To layman's terms, net decking is pretty much just looking a deck up online and then copying it card for card for card and then using it and just, not putting any actual time of constructing the deck yourself. Not judging if you've done that before. There's nothing wrong with it, in my opinion. But in this video, I'm just going to explore a couple of ideas and a couple of things that, some people have attributed to why maybe it's bad to them or not. Because some people, they look at net decking as the same way that you would look at plagiarism. Now, plagiarism is when you take someone else's work and you claim it's your own. Well, and then their argument is, well, net decking, you're technically doing the same thing. Well, it's a little bit different. I originally was going to go into journalism and broadcasting, but then, the way our economy goes and, the way our technology era is going, they say in another 5 years there won't be such a thing as a circulated newspaper, so I decided to go to technology and, get my degree in IT security and programming. So, made this safer call. But, so anyway, here's my point. I know what plagiarism is. But I've also heard there's things called accidental plagiarism. Now the way around a plagiarism is when you use someone else's work, you give them the credit that they're due. If you say, for example, I'm trying to think of a famous quote here, give me liberty or give me death. You can't say you came up with that. You have to give it to the proper person, which I believe that was... I don't remember. But you have to give credit to the right person. Now, some people have been convicted of, what we call accidental plagiarism because they didn't give proper process and, they didn't give proper credit to the right person. Now, I don't think you can take that definition and apply it to card games. Here's why. Let's talk about... The easiest way for me to think about this is let's go back a little ways when Set 12 was the Americans' newest set. And what did Set 12 bring us? It introduced Link Joker and it introduced the new breed of Shadow Paladins known as Revengers. Now, the reason I'm using these two clans and not something like Kagero, because Kagero is a much wide-open clan than both of those combined. And here's my point. Now, around that time, like 2 weeks before that, the Link Joker trial deck, the very first Link Joker trial deck, and the Shadow Paladin trial deck very first came out. And then Set 12 came out. Well, if you bought the Set 11 trial decks, then you obviously wanted the Link Joker stuff. And if you bought the Shadow Paladin structure decks, you wanted the Shadow Paladin stuff. Or you were like me and you bought 4 of each and you wanted all of it. So here's my point. One of the decks that I remember this being brought up and, the most frequently was the Raging Form Dragon deck. Now, I was working on my deck once, and someone said, oh, you net decked that from so-and-so. Well, guys, there wasn't a whole lot of ways back then to make a Raging Form deck. I mean, I think my original deck list was, and you can, if you are that interested, you can dig through and see my original video of it, but I believe it was 4 Raging Form Dragons, 4 Mordred Phantom, 4 Blaster Dart, 4 12k Attacker, 3, what is that one called? The Call Counterblast 1, call it Grade 1 in the same column, or was it Counterblast 2? Tart. And then 4 Perfect Guards, 4 of the Blaster Dart Gun Flippers. My point is, because I can't remember the rest of the grade ones I played, is I don't see net decking as big of a problem as some people make it out to be. Because, in my opinion, here's what I think is net decking, but an okay version of it. Now, if, say, I found someone else's Perdition deck, and I then took that Perdition deck and I won a major event with it, and someone said, hey, can I deck profile you? And I'm like, sure. Well, where'd you come up with this deck idea? Yeah, I came up with it myself, blah, 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 blah. Well, okay, you could probably say that and get away with it, and no one would, and, it wouldn't really do anyone any good to call you a liar, but, I've never been ashamed to say, well, I saw this other player playing it, so I thought, I'll play test this, and then, he's right, it's actually a pretty good card. So it's the same way with that. I've never had too much of a problem with net decking, because when I got out of Yu-Gi-Oh! And then I got back into the game, when I was trying to figure out what deck that I wanted to play, I had it narrowed down to like 4 or 5 decks, and then what I did was I literally found someone's deck online, I took their deck list, I went to Duel Network, I built that deck, and then I changed it to fit the way I like to play. Now, to me, that is taking another past idea and putting your own spin on it. And if that is considered, net decking or stealing up someone else's work, aka plagiarism, then what do you call parodies, or do you call a remake of a movie? You see, to me, that, at least then, if someone were to ask me, say I got back into the game and I wanted to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I decided to play Burning Abyss. Now, if I saw someone else, I don't know the first thing about building Burning Abyss. I know what the archetype does, I know all the pro cards they have, but I wouldn't know how to build the deck to the way I liked it. So what I would probably do is I would go to my friend DeMarcus, who still plays Yu-Gi-Oh! And say, look, I want to build this deck, I need some help. And he would probably sit out and help me build the deck, and I would probably play it exactly as he built it for a while until I got the idea, and then I would change the deck to meet the way I like to play the game. And it works the same way, because I've helped people at my locals build decks, I've helped some of you with ideas, and if you take my idea and don't give me credit for it, that's completely fine. It doesn't matter. I don't understand why some people, they treat net decking like it's a crime, almost, guys. This is a game. It's meant for fun. It's meant for friendly competition. And you know what? Sometimes it's not so friendly, but you know what? As long as everything stays civil and no one gets hurt, does it really matter? But I don't really have a problem with net decking. I've never been one of those people that just jump on their soapbox and go, net decking is bad, it's one of the worst things in this game, and it's like, really? Yeah, I don't think so. So, I just thought I would make this quick discussion video to say, you know what, I don't really know what all your feelings are on net decking, but to me, if you see a deck of mine that I've made, a deck profile of mine, and then you build it, and you tell me that you built it because, you liked what I said about it, you thought I described it well, it seemed like a good deck because of the way I described it to fit your wishes for a deck in this game, I consider that, an honor. If you want to take something that I made and then make it your own, go for it. I'm not going to hold it against you. Again, it's a game, so I've never, been one of those people that flip out about net decking. I'm sorry, there's more important things for me to worry about. But, so I just thought I would make this and say, so guys, what are your feelings on net decking? Do you think it's really as bad as some people make it out to be? Do you think it's something that should be discouraged? Something that's really not that big a deal? What? Like I said, if you take a deck profile that I made, build the exact same deck, and then build from there, I see that no different than you buying a trial deck at your locals or offline, and then, because you know what you technically do when you got into this game, or at least I did, I bought 4 of the Kagero trial decks and 4 of the Royal Paladin trial decks, and I took the Kagero deck, and I literally took all 4 of them, threw all of them together, and made one deck, and then I just altered it piece by piece, And you can do the same thing with one of the decks I've made and posted for you guys online, or you can do that with someone else's. It's just, I don't have a big problem with net decking. Never have, never will. So anyway, guys, in the comment section below, please tell me, what are your feelings on net decking? Do you think it's a bad thing? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's something people blow out of proportion? What? So just leave me some feedback in the comment section below. If you have a discussion video over a topic that you want me to discuss, whether it be something about the card game or just something in general, feel free to put it down there, and who knows, I might do a discussion video on it, and I might just give you a shout out. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you thumbs up this video, subscribe if you already haven't, and share this video with your friends. Thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you next time.